do you know these four countries?
By Eileen Perez, Mary Martinez, DK, and Abdul Rahman.
Do you know the legal age to drink in the United States, Mexico, China, and Saudi? United States drinking age. Americans drinking law. The minimum legal age to purchase alcohol is 21 in all states.
When it comes to crime control, the security system is strict. For example, checkpoints are on many streets ensuring that everyone is recognized in the system. In addition, police cars go to popular places in the city during rush hours to prevent any action that can harm the society.
Mexico's drinking age. You're allowed to purchase and drink alcohol at 18 years old. Drinking in public is still not allowed. You can still be pulled over and stopped if drinking on the street.
China's drinking age. In China, you are legal to drink at 18.
For Saudi Arabia is quite different. There is no drinking age in Saudi Arabia because since the country is religious, drinking is religiously prohibited.
Now let's move on to the freedom of expression in the United States, Mexico, China, and Saudi. The freedom of expression in the United States. Everyone has the right to express his or her opinion through their political views, the way they dress, music, and art.
Mexico's freedom of expression. For Mexico, freedom of expression is a bit different from the United States. For example, it is allowed to practice religions other than Catholicism. There is a lack of regulations that help prevent some people from violating the government system. Freedom of speech is also expressed through art and their culture. The election in Mexico. The president is elected for 6 years by the people. No president can serve more than the designated period of presidency.
In China, the freedom of expression, freedom of speech is given, but with restrictions. You basically can talk about whatever you want, except the government secret. Also, you can't post any bad things about the Communist Party or the leaders. The major social medias we use are Weibo, QQ, WeChat. We can post anything under the regulation, but the regulation is not really strict.
In Saudi Arabia, everyone has the right to express him or herself in any way he or she wants. However, this is restrained with some regulations from the government. In terms of the political aspect, it is not legal to express any thoughts against the government in any way, such as via social media or going out publicly.
Now transferring to how we elected president in the United States, Mexico, China, and Saudi. The election in the United States. A citizen will be given the opportunity to go to a poll to vote for a president on November 8th. The winner is decided by the 538 members of the Electoral College.
The election in China. Vote the local Congress office. Elections in China are based on the local People's Congress. People in China are just going to get some random persons as a president. So basically that means is people in China vote for the local Congress officer. And the local people Congress are directly voted by the people. Then the local people Congress choose the national people Congress members. The president and the state councilor are elected by the National People Congress. However, most of the time, the true case is that people in China are just going to choose some random people, or they just have never been to vote.
Do you know how is the president elected in China?
The president of China is elected by the National People's Congress, which is the legislative body of the People's Republic of China. And that's it.
The election in Saudi Arabia is different. Basically, there is no president, there is a king instead. To illustrate, if the king died, one of his closest relatives or siblings becomes the new king of the country. However, this new king has to have the permission from all the presidents of the tribes in the country.
Now entering into the crime control in the United States, Mexico, China, and Saudi. The crime control in the United States. It is secured by the police department that is found in every state, and a police station in every county.
Crime control in Mexico. The crime control depends on what city you're in. For instance, the capital city is much more secured than small cities and urban areas. The crime is under control by the police. Their inspections actions occurred occasionally for illegal weapons and people.
Crime control in China. How we control the crime in China? Our crime is well controlled. In China, they have a strong guns control regulation. Nobody allowed to have guns, except the police officer. For some majority states, such as Xinjiang, Tibet, Inner Mongolia, the government even regulates the metal weapons and knives.
What about controlling crimes in China? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, the police force in China are efficient, effective, and they are professional. So crime control has been really effective and has been good in China.
When it comes to crime control, the security system is strict. For example, checkpoints are on many streets ensuring that everyone is recognized in the system. In addition, police cars go to popular places in the city during rush hours to prevent any action that can harm the society. Tell us, what are your thoughts about the government?
So I think the Saudi government, well, since King Salman was the president, has been working on in developing new resources for the economy. So Saudi Arabia has been relying on oil for a long time. Now is putting effort to make new resources like renewable energy or tourism, new stuff, which is good. So that's a plus for the new government.
Now let's review the economy in the United States, Mexico, China, and Saudi. The economy in the United States. America's economy has official development assistance of $48 billion and a percent of 0.03 of gross domestic product.
The economy in Mexico. The country's economy is ranked 11th worldwide. Different sources of income such as oil and food. Gross domestic product was $2.2 trillion by 2015. Mexico's GDP growth rate was below 5% in 2015, and its standard of living is around 18,000.
The economics in China. Chinese money is called yuan, RMB. Chinese currency has been undervalued by about 15% to 40% range for many years. Right now is $1 equals 6.89 yuan. The GDP for 2015 is 11.4 trillion US dollar.
Since the oil is the main source of Saudi income, its budget equals 7 countries' budgets together. Moreover, the value of Saudi currency compared to the US currency equals 3.75 rial per $1.